In the rewrite tonight, Republicans rewrite Republican frontrunner Newt Gingrich. On Fox News last week, Newt Gingrich tried to deny that he ever lobbied Congress.
I do no lobbying of any kind. I never have. I think a very important point I want to make. I have never done lobbying of any kind. I was being paid to offer a series of, and I did this, as I said a while ago, at a number of companies who would come in and ask for advice on a wide range of things. And as long as they were topics that I was interested in and topics that I cared about, I was very happy to share ideas with people. What I didn't do and would not do is I didn't go and lobby the Congress.
That was an amended version of something he said in the CNBC Republican debate.
I have never done any lobbying. Every contract that was written during the period when I was out of the office specifically said I would do no lobbying, and I offered advice. And my advice as a historian, when they walked in and said to me, we are now making loans to people who have no credit history and have no record of paying back anything, but that's what the government wants us to do, as I said to them at the time, this is a bubble. This is insane. This is impossible.
Pulitzer Prize-winning conservative columnist George Will knows an historian when he sees one.
Gingrich is an amazingly efficient candidacy in that it embodies almost everything disagreeable about modern Washington. He's the classic rental politician. People think his problem is his colorful personal life. He's going to hope people concentrate on that rather than on, for example, ethanol. Al Gore has recanted ethanol. Not Newt Gingrich, who's served the ethanol lobby. Industrial policy of the sort that got us Solyndra, he's all for it. Freddie Mac, he says, hired him as a historian. He's not a historian. When the Bush administration was trying to pass an unfunded, large new entitlement and the grafting prescription drug entitlement onto Medicare, who was out there saluting this as part of his service, I think, for Big Pharma? He denounces the Ryan budget as right-wing social engineering. He sits down to talk about climate change and cap and trade with Nancy Pelosi and others. The list goes on.
Hours after George Will hit Gingrich where it really hurts, in the academic credentials, the conservative newspaper The Washington Examiner ran an article entitled, "Newt Gingrich was a lobbyist, plain and simple." 3 former Republican congressional staffers told me that Gingrich was calling around Capitol Hill and visiting Republican congressmen in 2003 in an effort to convince conservatives to support a bill expanding Medicare to include prescription drug subsidies. One former House staffer told me of a 2003 meeting hosted by Representative Jack Kingston where Gingrich spoke, and he brought one message to the members: pass the drug bill for the good of the Republican Party. 2 aides to other GOP members who had been resisting the bill told me their bosses were lobbied by Gingrich over the phone, sometimes citing politics, sometimes citing substance. And it worked. Newt Gingrich moved votes on the prescription drug bill. One conservative staffer told me, that's for sure. Newt Gingrich is the new Herman Cain. They were both lobbyists. They have both now enjoyed being frontrunners in the Republican presidential campaign, and they are both on their way to being losers.